The head of NATO called Donald Trump daddy.
You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes.
And then daddy has to sometimes use strong language to
You have
get
to
us
use
off.
ये थे मार्क रट, जो 14 साल नेदरलैंड्स के प्राइम मिनिस्टर रह चुके हैं और पिछले साल से नेटो के हेड हैं। रट से इस एक्सचेंज के बारे में पूछा गया and he said something unusually candid.
The daddy thing, I didn't call him daddy. What I said is that sometimes in Europe, I hear sometimes countries saying, hey Mark, will the US stay with us? And I said, that sounds a little bit like a small child asking his daddy, hey, are you still staying with the family? So in that sense, I use daddy, not that I was calling President Trump daddy.
So basically उन्होंने कहा कि अगरचे सदर ट्रंप हमारे डैडी नहीं हैं, लेकिन अमेरिका यकीनन है। लेकिन ये कन्फेशन किसी ऐसे शख्स को हैरान नहीं कर सकती जो नेटो की 75 साल तारीख से वाकिफ हो। 1949 में सोवियत यूनियन का मुकाबला करने के लिए कायम किया गया नेटो बुनियादी तौर पर यूरोप और दुनिया भर में अमेरिका के फौजी फ्रेंचाइज ऑपरेशन के तौर पर काम करता आ रहा है। As soon as the Soviet Union fell, NATO started looking outward. 1992 में बॉस्निया इंटरवेंशन से लेकर 2011 में लिबिया की कारपेट बॉम्बिंग तक नेटो की कार्रवाइयों का मतलब अमेरिकन फायर पावर विद यूरोपियन पॉलिटिकल कवर रहा है। ये अलायंस, जिसे हमेशा सोवियट्स के खिलाफ एक डिफेंसिव पैक के तौर पर एडवर्टाइज किया गया, असल में एक ग्लोबल इंटरवेंशन फोर्स रही है, ऑलवेज विद अमेरिका डूइंग द हैवी लिफ्टिंग। अभी भी यूरोपियन कौमें यूक्रेन को लड़ते रहने का कहती रहती हैं और अमेरिकन वेपन्स लड़ाई जारी रखते हैं। क्या ये सब कुछ यूक्रेन के फायदे के लिए था? It's obvious by now. Trump was also asked about this exchange by a reporter at the NATO summit.
Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No.
Do you
He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your NATO allies, though, as kind of like children, and they're obviously listening to you and they're spending more?
The listening to you and spending more here refers to how this summit saw NATO members finally commit to Trump's demanded 5% of GDP by 2035, driven by Trump's America First isolationism and reluctance to keep bankrolling Europe's defense, especially as the Ukraine war has drained American resources and arsenal stockpiles. Right now, the EU countries barely pay 2% of their GDP towards NATO, which they are obliged to, and between all of them, this amounts to just 30% of the total budget, with the US picking up the rest. Now with Europe required to contribute 5% of its GDP, Trump hopes to balance it better. With Russia already publicly casting doubts about whether the EU can fill the funding gap, it remains to be seen if Europe can put their money where their mouth has been, especially in the case of Ukraine.